Thank you for asking me to speak at the Stand Up to Racism rally. And I'm sorry I couldn't attend in person, as this is an issue that greatly concerns me. The Refugees Welcome campaign has swept across Europe and has demonstrated heartfelt solidarity with those who have escaped war and unspeakable violence and abject poverty. It has added to our common humanity as citizens and as Europeans, with people personally, like you and me, standing up against the waves of xenophobia and racism. So, I would like to thank each one of you here for the stand you have taken with me and the work you have done to promote openness, tolerance, and understanding. I have visited the refugee camps in Calais and Dunkirk twice already, and I have seen with my own eyes the inhumanity of women, children, and men, abandoned and left to deal with appalling conditions in the middle of winter. For my part, I've been working closely with NGOs and also with my fellow Labour MEPs to raise the plight of these refugees here in the European Parliament and to push for European action to alleviate their suffering, including giving them a sanctuary in their country of choice. My colleagues and I have also been calling for our own UK government to do much more to tackle the refugee crisis, but sadly and shamefully, so far to no avail. But we need to continue applying that pressure and to redouble our efforts, and I promise to do that. The refugee crisis that we are facing is a global crisis and a European crisis. To tackle it, we must strengthen the European Union and our own role within it. This is the only credible way that we could provide the kind of humanitarian response that is required. As citizens, we are now facing a fundamental choice this June, whether to be an outward-looking, open and tolerant society, as I know you and I would wish us to be, or whether to wrap ourselves in narrow-minded xenophobia and disconnect from the world. This is a decision that will shape the lives of our young people, our children and grandchildren, and indeed the refugees whom we seek to help. Leaving the EU will result in more fences, more borders, more divisions and more hatred, and will only play into the hands of those who do not want refugees here. Remaining in the Union gives people like you and me a powerful platform to articulate our concerns. In our public debate about the refugee crisis and about the European Union, we must stand up for common European values of social justice and solidarity, for tolerance and against racism and narrow-mindedness. The European Union is a vehicle for achieving the social justice we so urgently need, both here in Britain and across the continent, for refugees and for all those who are excluded. But that social justice won't come about on its own. All of us citizens must stand up for it together, and I will gladly stand up for a social Europe with all of you. Thank you.